Vinyl Crew, we're back at you with another spectacular Vinyl Venture show. And this one's going to be fun. This is going to be 80s bands to not sleep on.
There is such a huge batch of bands from this era that everybody knows. There's also a huge batch from this era that some people know and some people don't. And John is our resident person that informs us of stuff that we don't know. And that's what we're doing today. We're talking about bands that you shouldn't sleep on from that wonderful decade
Of the
music.
1980s.
Of the 1980s. So where did this idea come from?
I listened to a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's called 80's Underground.
Oh, okay.
And I'll still hear stuff that I've never heard of, that I've just never even heard of the band name,
Yeah.
never heard the music. And some of it is like, how did I miss that?
I know, but like when the thought that springs to mind when I go to record stores is, God, there is so much out there.
Yeah.
Like so many. Everybody recorded an album in the 80s. I mean, Tammy Faye Baker and Jim Baker recorded an album in the 80s. I mean,
I'll sleep on that one.
Yeah, you'll sleep on that one. But it's just amazing to me how many records were made.
Yeah. And they were making vinyl and cassettes were the big thing.
Yeah. I mean, cassettes were the first thing that allowed me to like walk around and listen to music. So I love them in that regard, but I don't love them. But, it's good to talk about these bands that people don't know, because if you don't know them, I would guess that most of them don't know them. What we want you guys to do is go to our socials. Give us your favorite unknown 80s bands. Give us other ideas for shorts, other ideas for what this is. This is a medium and full-length shows. And when they go to the socials, what else do they need to do, John?
Like, subscribe, comment, share.
And enjoy.
Yeah.
This YouTube channel is chock full of great discussions, great music discussion, beautiful artwork done by none other than Jacob Hansen. And it's just a collective of music fandom. So what is our first 80s band not to sleep on that you want to discuss, John?
The first one is a band called Marillion.
Now, kind of known as like a prog.
Ooh, they were even prog at the beginning, but they've gone through many different generations of the band.
Yeah.
They've changed their sound quite a bit.
A lot of evolution.
Yes. And it's funny, each phase they kind of say, that's where the band was. I mean, they're not somebody like ZZ Top who does the same thing.
Yeah.
They're doing different things each album.
That's cool. And I love their logo because it always stands out, and the artwork is always really cool. I remember what's their album, Misspent Childhood or something like that.
They have several releases. This was their debut album.
Oh, okay. Script for a Jester's Tear.
And we played this in the record store that I worked at. And there was one person I worked with, and she loved this album. Mm-hmm. I mean, we played this nonstop.
That's funny how those records that people that work in record stores play the in-store copy, and people, that's how I latched on to Elvis Costello. So I can totally relate to what that's like. I mean, you're working, you're doing stuff, interacting with customers and coworkers, but that music is just being drilled into your head.
And our in-store policy was, after an album had kind of lived its life as an in-store play, the employees got to take them home.
Yeah, we did too. And that was always a nice little...
Yeah, that's a nice little bonus.
Little perk for working at a record store. How did you get introduced to Marillion?
That was it.
Oh, okay.
At the in-store play.
Oh, okay. That's wild. And you know, there sometimes I know when I was working in a record store, the breadth of things that I liked was a lot more narrow than it is now. So I'm sure there was stuff that I heard and other people played in store that I just didn't latch onto because my mind wasn't open like it is now. But
Yeah.
the great thing now is that somebody can suggest a band to you that you don't know or that you're not familiar with, and you can go out there and listen to it for free. And, the world has opened up in that way for sure. So put these on your list, the ones that we're talking about today. Go out and listen to them. Tell John what you think.
Yes, and they've been compared. This generation was compared to like Peter Gabriel Genesis.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So some performance art
It's
mixed in there too.
it's different.
So what's another good one that we should
The next one,
this is
the
a good
Meat
one.
Puppets.
This is a good one.
And they're another band. There's some interesting stuff about the Meat Puppets. So they're kind of that desert stoner rock.
Yeah.
And this was on SSTS,
Yeah.
the California punk label that Black Flag was on, and tons of other bands.
Right. And the Meat Puppets kind of got mixed in with the grunge movement in the early 90s too.
Yeah, they're more like they wind up being a band that's kind of a little bit like the Gun Club and the Violent Femmes.
Yeah.
So they're clicking all those boxes for me.
Right. And I think are they still doing it?
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Second reunion.
Yeah.
Their major label career was 91 to 95, but from 80 to 90, that was their early career.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Meat Puppets I was into.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting. It's always interesting to like be clued in on a group like that ahead of a lot of other people and just to see where they go with it.
Yeah.
Because it is evolution, really. I mean, it's a band growing up right in front of your eyes. And that's always a cool thing. I love the artwork on this.
Oh, yeah.
You've got the fish on the back.
And what's this? And this is a EP.
Yeah. Very cool. So, I mean, how did you get introduced to them? At the record store as well?
I think they were one of the bands that I read about probably in Trouser Press or one of the magazines that had alternative music.
Yeah, it was so fun, like going out and looking for that info.
Because you had to discover these bands.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you lived in a town where they were a really good college radio station, you're not going to hear them.
Yeah, or if you worked with somebody at the record store that was a little older, kind of a sensei.
Oh, you got to try this.
Yeah. That's always that was always a great way to be introduced to a new band. So who's another group from the 80s that people should keep
we're
their
gonna
minds
move on
open to?
The next one is from another legendary label in the Northland, the Slicky Boys, who are on Twin Tone Records.
Yep, out of Twin Cities.
Out of Twin Cities, Minneapolis, who broke the Replacements.
The list of people from that area, the list of groups from that area is just too long to mention.
So I think if you're looking for somebody, who do they sound like?
Mm-hmm.
X.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So you've got that punk sensibility mixed with the rockabilly kind of feel, and then mix in all of the Minneapolis, St. Paul influences in there.
Yes,
that sounds like something that I'd be interested in.
Yeah, I think you would really like the Slicky Boys. They definitely have that rockabilly slant.
It's just so funny that I have never heard of them.
And they're actually a DC that they call them punk band, but
Yeah.
I don't. It's hard to listen to them and say that's punk.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's like X.
Yeah, the lines are very blurred with bands like that.
Yeah.
That, they're kind of an amoeba.
They're more rockabilly than anything.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool, man. I love the no brakes. And here they are on the back. They've got their own school bus that they apparently are riding on. That's cool. It is definitely the 80s here. And for fan info, you can send an SASE to them. Man, those were the days, right? Anything else about the Slicky Boys?
They weren't a band I was really into because they just never really
Popped, right?
popped.
Yeah.
But a band that I liked.
Yeah. Well, and for every band that does pop that you see on MTV or you hear on the radio every day, there's 1,000 that are just as good.
Yeah.
That didn't. And that is just the breaks, man.
That's the music business.
Yeah. Who's next?
The next one on the list, the Comsat Angels. And this release is like an import collection.
Oh, okay.
But the Comsat Angels started, when did they start? They started in, a lot of these bands that I'm talking about started in the late 70s, but their first releases really didn't happen until the 80s.
Yeah, or the first attention that they got really didn't happen until then. It is kind of amazing. Once that MTV era really kind of took off, that's when you saw these record labels and these big companies start trying to clone everything that was going on. I mean, if it's good once, it's good a million times for the record industry. So in a way, that opened doors for bands that maybe wouldn't have been opened otherwise. But also what it did was it opened the floodgates. And,
Absolutely.
The guards were maybe not at the gate as much as they should have been. So I've never heard of these guys either.
Yeah, and they toured. This is another band I heard on the 80s Underground.
Yeah.
I'd heard of them, but I'd never really heard them.
Yeah.
And you don't see them much out in the wild.
Yeah. It's funny as much information as we have access to now, as much as we can do searching online. It is sometimes difficult to find info on certain bands or find records from certain bands, which, this wave just keeps on going. But, the search is always there, and that carrot is always dangling out in front of you. If you want to go look for it,
You can find it.
you can find it.
And the interesting thing about this band, so they, in 82, they had to be the CS Angels because the Communications Satellite Corporation wrote a letter to the band's management saying that the word Comsat was registered trademark of America and the group had no authority to use the name.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, well, hey.
Yeah, so when you get a letter from the government, you just, okay.
Just abbreviate it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's a good one. What's our last one that you want to point out?
Our
to
last
us?
one,
And we've talked about them a little bit.
a little bit, the Dream Academy. And this was another in-store play
Yeah.
at the record store.
Yeah.
And the same person who loved Marillion loved this band.
That's such a cool thing at a record store where, and I'm sure that record companies and then the record store owners put that thought into it. They're like, a lot of these employees are the age of the customers that we have. What they like is something that gets pushed to the customers. And that's always, it's kind of like being a DJ in a record store, right? Because there was a time when DJs had that carte blanche to play whatever they wanted
Oh, yeah.
to. And so I always loved that kind of responsibility of like, oh, I've discovered something that maybe isn't out there much, so we're putting it on. So that's a great way to discover bands. I mean, I still do it when I go to record stores now. I mean,
it's like, what's playing?
Yeah, I've bought stuff at Doug's store that he has on. I'm like, give me that. I have no idea what it is, but I want it.
That's the other great thing about a record store. So they're not doing just one song here or there. They're playing at least a full side.
Yeah, and that full experience is lost with a lot of people, and especially in the digital age. A lot of people just, I like to listen to stuff on random as well, but like those album experiences, like Pink Floyd stuff, a lot of the Beatles stuff, I like to listen to as it was released on the album. So did you become a fan of them from that too?
That's cool. Hearing it over and over, it's like, I love this album. It's great. And a funny thing about this band, so one of the band members was buddies with David Gilmour.
Oh, cool.
And Gilmour would go on to produce and play on 2 of their albums and co-write one Dream Academy song.
Oh, that's cool. Wild.
12-8 Angel.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, David Gilmour's solo stuff is kind of not overlooked, but, when you used to be in a band called Pink Floyd, people are going to set those expectations at a certain place.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting to have that relationship with David Gilmour. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to go out and listen.
You're gonna have to check them out.
Yeah. It's a great thing to do to collect those things that aren't always discussed and talked about. And John's the guy to do it because we've done a lot of these mediums on bands and genres that otherwise don't get discussed.
Yeah.
So everybody, you've got John to thank for expanding your musical taste. Now, what we want you guys to do is expand your exposure to our YouTube channel and just dig in there. Make a playlist. Play all the stuff randomly. Sometimes I'll turn old Vinyl Ventures episodes on for the cats at my house and just let them.
The cats love us.
Yeah, they love it. They love us, and we love them too. But we want you to not only discover the stuff in the YouTube channel, but go to our socials. And when they do, John's got some advice for you.
See that thumb? Hit that thumb. Like, subscribe, share, and best of all, comment.
This is a community. We want your guys' input. We want to take that input and share it with others. So please do that. Most of all, we want you guys to enjoy that music because it's there for you to enjoy. And in today's world, finding things that bring joy are even more important than they ever were. So do all those things. Enjoy that music. Experience the YouTube channel. And we'll see you all the next time around.